Rise and shine, Chucketeers! Coming to you live on YouTube, it's time once again for the Cluckin Crew podcast! With your hosts, series creator and voice of Chucky Chicken, Michael Cook, lead director, storyboard artist, and compositor, Elias Levine, and art director, lead character designer, and lore keeper, Tino Calcaterra! Join us for animation news, behind-the-scenes info on the series, special guests, audience interactive events, and much more. And now, on with the show!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Cluckin Crew podcast episode.
Hello.
I am your host, the creator and voice of Chucky Chicken, and with me is our very own character designer, art director, and official marketer, Tino Calcaterra. How are you doing?
Hello. How y'all doing?
Let me tell you, it has been heck of a, yeah, I know it's a little quiet today. I apologize. We are in a brand new location today. I am back out of the office at the moment, so it's gonna be yeah. Let me know if this is better for you guys. Is this coming in better or not? They're saying that we're super. Oh my goodness. But anyway. So yeah, we're very excited to.
Oh wait, apparently I'm the loudest.
Oh yeah, we are trying to fix the volume. Is it coming in? Yeah, you know what? Let me turn the music down. Actually, that probably would be it. All right, is this better? Is this worse? Let me know. Like I said, a little bit of an explanation here. Here, I'll turn on my mic just a bit. All right. Oh, let me do this one too. And let me try one more thing here, because I think I know what may be causing the issue.
I don't have technical difficulties for the moment,
we are
for the
having
time
a
being.
lot. There will be quite a few technical difficulties, especially today.
Oh, the technical guy is not here with us.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, which I guess are
F in the chat for Elias.
What was that?
F in the chat for Elias.
Yes, Elias is he will hopefully be coming and joining us tonight. He is in the process of moving, so he did say that yeah, okay. So he's in the process of moving, so he may join us today, but it'll have to be over the phone. Not only that, but I am also rocking it out today on my laptop because my main computer's motherboard fried. So we unfortunately are going to have to be using this for a little while. No, his move is on time. He moved yesterday, so he just hasn't had the chance to set up his desk or any of his PCs or any of that stuff. So he is so that whole thing is happening right now. But he says hello. He wishes all of us. Yes.
Oh, that's
is. Yeah, I think they just heard that the motherboard fried, so now everyone is just. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a heck of a couple weeks, gang, and not gonna lie. That's why there hasn't been a whole lot going on. Thank God I released the little snippets earlier. What did you guys think of those episodes, by the way? Did we like the podcast being broken up into little tiny bits, or do we like them?
I liked them.
You liked them? Okay, that's good. That's awesome. Well, if Tina liked them, then that's all that matters to me. I will be getting it replaced.
Tino's opinion matters.
What was that, Tino? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you
Tino's opinion matters.
Tino's opinion matters, absolutely. Oh, okay, good. Cool. So then that's what we can do from now on going forward is we'll break it up and we'll release it episodically throughout the week. So NGB says I think it is tolerable. Just tolerable, huh? Not good, not great, not awesome. All right, fair enough. That's fine. But hello, Curry. Welcome to the chat. Um, Coffee Cat Dad says, I like them. They help break down information in brief but well enough detail to get to know more of the show. Yeah, that's kind of the point. We wanted to make sure that people knew that we were doing this and we were doing the show. So, and again, just so everybody knows, it's going to be a little wonky just until I can get either my old computer fixed or a new desktop. We will be running it through my laptop for the time being. If not, Elias is probably going to be hosting it on his end, but until we can get him back, it's going to be a little bit of just a bit of
It's gonna be me.
Yes, it's gonna suck. So, on that note, we thank you in advance for your patience. We thank you for tuning in. We hope that you had a good couple of weeks. I know I missed you guys, and I know changes. YouTube wonk took half the stream to get to chat. Yeah, I know I don't know what the heck is going on today. But with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get things started. And we're going to start off right off the bat with, let's see here. I don't even have the cool little sounds that he does for the news. So I don't know what we're going to do. What? I know. So you know what? We're just going to go right into the... Do you have a fun sound for it, Tito, or?
I can try a cappella one.
It's okay. I found one here, so we'll just do this. I hope it worked, but
yeah.
There we go. Stream needs more trains. Hello, Happy. Good to have you on. So it is now time for the cracking news, and we got a couple of really cool stories this week. We don't have 3, we only have 2, but they are pretty prolific stories, and I'm very excited to share them with you. The very first one, obviously, yesterday was a pretty big deal. On May 1st of 1999, the very first episode of SpongeBob SquarePants premiered on Nickelodeon. And so yesterday was officially the 25th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants, which is...
Oh, wow.
Yes, it is insane to think that it has been 25 years since that yellow sponge came into all of our lives. But here we are.
Yeah.
So,
I do remember the first episode of SpongeBob back when I was a little baby in 1907.
I was 9. No, I was 10.
I was 10 years old when
the first SpongeBob came out. Yeah, which is insane to think about. And
what year did it come out? 1999?
99.
Oh, I was 4.
Yeah. So
what's up with the baby?
I know. So, what's one of your favorite SpongeBob episodes there, Tino?
The band.
The band? Oh, okay. Everyone loves the band. I enjoyed the one with the hash slinging slasher. I think that one has a very special place in my heart.
Yeah. Night Shift is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Night Service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, damn.
There we go. So, and again, if you hear any craziness in the background, it is my grandmother, and I will preface once again for those of you who are new to the stream since last year. I do live with my grandmother. She does deal with dementia and Alzheimer's. She does make noises. She does sing along the house. She does sometimes interrupt the stream. So if that's the case, if I do disappear for a couple of minutes, that is why. Just bear with me. And again,
All right, Mike.
yeah, I do appreciate your patience. So, and I'm gonna be right back. So hang on just a quick second.
Okay. No, I'm in charge. Do, 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 do. Now, champ, how y'all feeling about SpongeBob tonight?
Okay, I'm back. Whew.
Hello, back. How you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good, Tito. Doing pretty good. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
so happy 25th to SpongeBob. Very nice. Yeah, we did a fun little piece with Chucky bringing him a birthday cake yesterday, which I thought was pretty cool. So, but that actually wasn't one of the biggest pieces of animation news. Hot off the presses today,
Oh?
MeTV has officially announced a Toons Network, which is a free channel
Hey, y'all.
dedicated to classic animation. And I actually feel pretty honored because MeTV actually is based in Chicago. So coming to us from, I found it from Cartoon
That is
Research. It was
awesome.
written up by Jerry Beck, but this is the Cartoon Brew ad here. Basically says MeTV Tunes, which is a spin-off of Weagle's nostalgic TV channel MeTV, is being launched in collaboration with Warner Brothers Discovery and will feature cartoons from throughout Warner Brothers library, including classic characters like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, Josie and the Pussycats, Yogi Bear, Johnny Quest, Freakazoid, Fred Flintstone, and many, many more. The network will additionally
Just
license
Fred?
cartoons from other companies, so its lineup will also include
Michael.
characters. Yes.
Just Fred Flintstone? No the other family?
Say that
Just
again.
Fred.
I could barely hear you there, Tina. What'd you say?
You said Fred Flintstone.
Yes.
I said, just him? Not rest of the family?
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna have the whole family. So, but they're also gonna have
Damn, they cut his wife from the show.
Oh my God, no, they would not do that. So the Flintstones, but they're gonna have Rocky and Bullwinkle, Woody Woodpecker, Casper the Friendly Ghost, Inspector Gadget, Mr. Magoo, Betty Boop, Popeye, Speed Racer, and many, many more. So apparently, here are all the studios that are going to be licensing their cartoons. It's going to be Warner Brothers, MGM, Paramount, Fleischer Studios, Walter Lantz Productions, Terry Toons, United Productions of America, Jay Ward, Hanna-Barbera, Universal, and Columbia Pictures. So this is MeTV Tunes will launch June 25th of 2024. The network will be available for multi-platform distribution on over-the-air broadcast television, including multi-channel video programming distributors and virtual MVPDs, along with contemporary offering for ad-supported streaming services. So you're going to be able to watch it on television as well. It's going to be a stream app. It's supposed to be free. This
Free?
Yes. This is
Well,
wild.
there you have it, Jack. It's free.
Right. This is pretty insane.
The best price.
Like the fact that we're getting cartoons back on the air, that all of
For
these
free, no less.
Yeah, like and it did say that MeTV is not in talks of producing any original content. It is only going to be classic content. And Paul Rudd was actually very cute today because he tweeted that Freakazoid was going to be included in the lineup for MeTV, which I think is actually incredibly awesome. So a lot of you are probably thinking like, oh, is this going to be like Boomerang? It's yes and no.
I guess kinda.
It's going to be Boomerang on
Kinda.
steroids, right? Because they're going to
Oh
have,
wow.
yeah, they're going to have everything. Like the only studio that apparently that's not included in this is the Walt Disney Company for obvious reasons.
Because it's Disney.
Which is, I think, incredibly sad. I feel like if Disney decided to be a part of this, it would be legendary. Like it would be the ultimate collection of all of animation on one channel. And that would be epic, right? But I understand it. Yeah, I know. Again, I apologize. I know buffering, it's going to be kind of weird today, so bear with me. But you know what? I'm not going to. Yeah, I should have been recording this just in case. Maybe we'll go back and try again and record it after the news. But I do think that this is so important. It's so because y'all don't understand. Like when we were kids, we discovered cartoons by flipping through the channels, right? I remember watching TNT.
Well, when you were a kid.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when I was a kid. But I'm sure there's a bunch of us out there. I'm sure there's a bunch of us out there.
It's an 80s millennial.
Yes.
I'm a 90s millennial.
Yes. Oh, Bufferang. Oh, okay. Thank you, Saberwing. I appreciate that. Sorry. I thought, yeah. Quit making fun of me. That's Elias's job. You're not allowed to do that yet. Wait until we get you on the podcast, then you can make fun of me. Tino has earned that privilege, so he can do it. But
I was about to say, it was like, wasn't I supposed to do that too?
Shut up, Tino. Anyway, yes, you were. So
Yay.
yes. Anyway, so yeah, this is pretty epic news. I'm very excited about it. So maybe we can do like a live watch party on June 25th. We'll see. I mean, that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, so very exciting. Very, very exciting. So, and with all that, with that news, I did also want to showcase a new indie animated project that I found. Celine and Cheswick in Housebreaking. This actually is coming to us from, I want to get their name right, so bear with me here. I found it on Twitter, and it's it looks pretty cool. It looks very much like something that Warner Brothers would have created back in the old days, like in the 90s. So I'm very excited about it. Give me a second here. I'm trying to. Oh wow! I normally have this ready to go, and I don't, and I'm kind of mad at myself.
Oh, why?
We'll get there. Hold on. There we go. So it's being created by Mongo Pangolin on Twitter, and it is supposed to be coming out on May 16th. So in exactly 2 weeks from today, we'll be seeing the first episode. Back when they cared. Yes, exactly. The animation actually looks really, really cool. It's a lot of fun. It's very... I retweeted it the other day, and it just blew up, which I thought was just spectacular. These guys deserve a lot of attention, so make sure that you go and support them and show them off. Get indie animation out there. I'm very excited about this. This is going to be, it looks like a really cool indie project from what I've seen so far. So yeah, I don't know if you've seen this going around yet or not, Tino, but
no, I gotta see it.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to it during our break. But anyway, that's the news. So before we get going with the rest of the show, let's take a really quick ad break.
Greetings and salutations! This is Featherton Fella with cracking news! Chucky Chicken merchandise is finally here! Yes, that's correct. A delightful collection of wares featuring the lovable rooster and his pals. We've got everything from shirts to socks, caps to cardigans, mugs, stickers, and very soon we'll have pins. As many folks know, the production team for the series works on a volunteer basis, so every penny raised through our merch sales goes to helping keep their operation afloat and brings more Chucky cartoons to you in a speedier fashion. So don't dilly-dally any further. Visit ChuckyChickenCartoons.com and click the store tab or use the link on screen. Once again, thank you for your patronage, and we hope to fill you in again soon.
Alrighty, folks, there you are. So once again,
Yeah, I miss you.
yes.
It's been ages.
Oh my gosh. So our program is being brought to you by our merch store over at fourthwall.com. If you go to chuckychicken.com, if you go to chuckychicken.com/merch, you'll be able to see it. I don't know if any of y'all were able to hear me before. I feel really bad now, but can y'all hear me now? Is that better or no? Okay. Oh no, they're silent. No, we're here. I'm here. So yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, yes, we missed y'all. But yeah, please go and support us, not just through our fourth wall, chuckychickencartoons.com/merch, but also on Patreon, patreons.com/chuckychickencartoons. Especially now more than ever. I mean, we've had a lot of technical difficulties happening in the past month alone, and any and all support is highly appreciated. So if you are looking for behind the scenes information on the show that we don't talk about on the podcast, access to all of our videos, concept art, behind the scenes stuff, anything and everything that you could possibly want, including a special meetup after the show when we go live on the Discord server. Make sure and you hit us up there. So yeah. So again, thank you guys so much for all your support, and that is that's all I got to say about that.
That is progress.
Yeah. So tell you what, gang, we're gonna take a really, really quick break, just to kind of get all of
I
our.
want to talk about the pilots.
We'll talk about it when we get back from the break. So.
Oh.
I know. I'm sorry. We'll be right back. Hold on, folks.
Talk about it now.
What kind of film department are you running down there, Fox?
Oh, come on. I just bought there.
We need a clean slate.
I want you all to meet Chucky Chicken.
I'm starting to think that maybe what it takes to be a famous director just isn't in me after all.
Hey,
And,
Chucky.
I'm rambling a bit, aren't I?
Yes!
Here we go. Well, good night.
Wait, what are you doing? Don't touch that! No! Stop it!
This is ridiculous. I ain't washed up yet. It's gonna take a lot more than that to get rid of Freddy.
Cheese and crackers. What are you putting in this water, kid?
Soap?
Soap and water. Like a clean soup. I love it.
Oh.
Keep up the great work, kid.
Ooh.
Attention, everyone. I want you all to meet Chucky Chicken.
We already know Chucky, Miss Chelsea.
We sure do.
Fair Duncan best janitor this side of the reefer. Righteous.
Oh, right. Well, you may have known him as the janitor, but now...
Alrighty, and we are back. NGB, I love your idea of basically making sure that we have like a little timer, letting folks know how long the break is going to be. I think we're going to do that. That's actually that's a really great idea. So we're going to go ahead and, I ain't washed up yet. People keep drawing me with my shirt off. I look good. You do look good, Saberwing. Actually, Tino.
You look stellar.
You do, yes. Tino had, oh, hang on 1 second. Sorry, I'm getting a... Should be, yes. All right. Sorry, I was dealing with somebody who didn't show up today, but it is okay. It's just been a crazy, hectic.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's okay. We got a question on our Discord server. By the way, link to the Discord is the pinned comment.
Nice.
And it was from Coffee Cat Dad. And the Coffee Cat Dad asks on Discord, once the pilot takes off, have you considered the idea of having any comics made as a way of spreading the name of Chucky films out for others to enjoy while also learning more on what the story is about? He also says, I honestly am curious to hear more about Gorilla Gus, as that is the last character I am familiar with. The rest I am looking forward to discovering each of their characters and how they affect the show. Well, first off, Coffee Cat Dad, thank you for the amazing question, both of them.
Well, that's funny because we actually have talked about like making little short comics.
Yeah.
Here and there.
We have actually.
With Michael.
I'm a little hesitant about comics, only because once upon a time,
it's more like short gags because Michael doesn't want to like compromise with a long comic.
Well, no. I think comics are a good. They're great for promotion. Like, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna do a plug here. A client of mine, Frank Martin, actually reached out to me a couple months ago, and we just we're getting ready to release a comic as a part of his comic book lineup. Here, let me get the. I feel so terrible that I don't remember the name of the book. But give me a second here. Hold on. I know I'm terrible. I am a terrible person. You know what? I'm not going to do it on Facebook here. Let me just look it up on the phone. Here. I was asked by a comic book publisher if I would be willing to do a story, actually do an entire book for pre-comic book day for him. And it was actually a lot of fun, and we got it done. So as a part of Grim Space, so if you are familiar with that particular book, I completely drew the story of Spaceship Willie, which is a space version of the famous Mickey Mouse cartoon. So he had me draw Mickey and Minnie and Pete and everybody in space, and because the short is public domain, it was a lot of fun. It was kind of my first paid project working with Mickey Mouse, which I thought was really, really cool. And
you can give me Mickey. I have witnesses.
Yeah, I will send you a link to the PDF so you can take a look at it. I'm actually pretty proud of it. But I would love to do comics. I've thought about what we would do for the comics. I know we have like a ton of old scripts that we wanted to do in animation, but we just didn't get a chance to, including initial versions of the pilot episode where we had a lot of really fun gags that I think we could bring into comic book form. I think that would be really a lot of fun. So I am all about doing comics. So one day, who knows? We did do the comic dub.
Soon.
We're coming up on a year where we did the Mother's Day comic dub, and that actually,
Mhm.
yeah, that did really well. So I'm not opposed to it.
I don't know if we posted like the comic in in comic form. Did we? I think we posted.
For the Mother's Day,
Yeah.
we did.
Not the dub. I mean the comic.
No, we didn't release the comic itself in comic form. We just did the.
Oh, we should do that.
We should. It's not a
To
bad
see
idea.
how it goes. It's been a while.
Yeah, not a bad idea. So
Hey, I got a good idea. Yeah.
you always have good ideas. What are you talking about?
I don't know about that, but okay. I will say yes.
Well, we
Thank you.
if not, then we just
So make sure to share it
exactly. So
and comment and like it
yeah.
and hug it.
So and we will I actually I'll tell you what, I'll put a link to it in the description in the comments here, so you can go and you can check it out for yourself. It's a very cute little Mother's Day thing, and it does actually star both my mother and grandmother as Mama and Grandma Cluck, which I am incredibly proud of. And I spoke to both of them, and they are absolutely excited to come back and to do more Chucky Chicken episodes in the future. I think that would be so fun.
It will be amazing.
Yeah. So let me get the I'll copy it there, and it is in the description right there, folks. Or it's in the chat if you want to check it out. It was really a labor of love. All the art was done by Tino here, and it was inked and colored by.
Oh, you help and the Lions help.
We did, yeah. That's what I was saying. Like,
But to get it done on time, we were like running for this one.
God. Yeah, we got that done in like what, a week, I think.
We were rushing against the clock.
Yeah, that was a really quick turnaround for that one. But no, we've had a lot of fun over the years doing so yeah, comics are definitely on the table. I know Matthew Cole, one of our lead animators, has been dying to do Chucky comics. So I think that
Matthew.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good old
he's
Matthew. Haven't heard from him in a while. I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. So to give folks
Well, Matthew, if you're hearing, I'll send you a hug.
Yes, if you were in the chat, Matthew, please say hello, because to kind of
Link twice if you need help.
to give folks an idea of and by the way, I know that there's no chat box on the stream right now. I don't know, I don't remember how to put the chat into OBS. I gotta wait for Elias to come on and help me with that, at least on my laptop here. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart with it, but what was I saying? Speaking of brain fart, to give y'all a little bit of a production. Do you have something to say, Tino? Go ahead.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'll wait for you to finish.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
it. Like a good Tino.
I appreciate it. What was I saying? Oh, right. So, we've been working pretty hard on getting the pilot rough animated, and we have a couple of scenes inked and colored, which is really good. We're still waiting on the backgrounds to get done, but such is life and such is the process. Last night, yes, last night. Yes, it was last night. Okay, sorry. So this week has been one of the most hectic weeks. I will explain why. I went to C2E2 on Sunday, And then on Monday, I went back into the city for the Impact Film Festival, being shown by the Midwest Film Club in association with IFA Chicago. So I got to go to the Gene Siskel Theater in downtown, watch some really great films about making an impact, and 4 documentaries. They were really, really, really good. So I highly encourage you to go and check them out. Or if you, I don't remember the names of them, unfortunately, but look up the Midwest Film Club, and you'll be able to see them for yourself. It was sponsored by the Greatest Good. It's this amazing nonprofit organization the Simply Good, which is this awesome nonprofit that helps basically with needs for kids and developing communities all over the world, and they help through film and through media and through just amazing volunteer efforts. So go and check them out. I'm going to plug them there. But anyway, moving right along. And then the following night, I went back to IFA on the CineSpace lot in Chicago for a screening event where we could show our cartoon or show our projects and basically get a buy-off and hear what people have to say and critique and notes and stuff like that. And that was from the Chicago Film Club. I preface this because I am, as you can probably hear, I'm exhausted. Walking around the city for 3 days in a row. I'm just like, I am a very tired panda. So then, but the pilot animatic for Chucky Chicken Films of a Feather was actually showcased at that event, and it did very, very well. And I was very, very pleased with the feedback, and people really liked it. They're excited about what we're working on and what we're doing. And, we were given some pretty high marks. And, I thought that was really cool. That being said, we are still making slow but sure progress on the pilot episode itself. Shots are coming in weekly. We're working really hard on trying to thank you so much. We got a $5 donation from Dwayne Thomas. Thank you so much on coffee.
Wow.
Yeah, they donated to us on coffee. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. Billy, California. Thank you, Billy. Kim says, B.O.B., I'm going to go get some water. Yes, I need some water too, but we're going to keep moving on.
Get hydrated.
Go ahead.
Get hydrated, I say.
Yes, absolutely. Go get hydrated. But, so progress is coming along relatively nicely. We are doing our best. And,
it is coming.
Yes, it is coming indeed.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, yes. Thank you, Kitten Fox 55 commented on the cartoon. Cluckin Crew live stream sent me here. Thank you, very, very sweet of you. But yeah, so 1% of the goal funded. We're 1% up our goal. Woo! There you go. You know what? 1 is better than none. That's for sure. So,
yeah.
But we are slowly but surely getting there. It's a very, we've had a lot going on internally within our team with, Elias moving, all of the personal stuff that's been going on in my life, personally. Tino not feeling well. I know he's been sick for a little bit, but he's sounding a lot better and feeling a lot better. One of our people, Happy Coma, didn't have a wall in their room for a long time. So the wall is finally back up. So yay, hooray, hooray, huzzah. So we've
all been through a lot.
Yes. So we've been through the ringer, but we are still moving right along, making it happen,
Still kicking.
Yes, we are clucking along, plugging and clucking. So, but yes, so that yes, oof indeed, Billy. So that's why when when we say support us on Coffee, support us on Patreon, support us on by buying a T-shirt or something like that. Um, all of that goes to, and now I gotta pay to get my computer fixed. I know Tino has been having computer issues for a little bit. Elias is moving or has moved, so all of that helps keep us going, and it helps us kind of keep production moving, which is always good. But not only that, but
We
it
are
also
not giving up.
no, we are not giving up at all.
Never.
Never, never, never. Plus, it also helps us like with our morale, because
Yeah.
sometimes it's a lot. You go through. There's a famous song.
Sometimes life is too
Yes.
much.
There's a famous song. It's like if you're going through hell, keep on moving, right? Don't slow down. If you're there, if you're scared, don't show it. You might get out before the devil even knows you're there. And
Keep on swimming.
yes. So thank you so much for the hearts, Kimberly. We appreciate it. But yeah, so we are at your service tonight. I don't know. Tino, I think your internet is still down, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Well, I figured out why.
Did you call the people or?
Yeah. You know your problem with the recent problem with AI.
Oh.
Well, I kind of have the same problem. When I call the provider, they redirect me to like, oh, we're giving you to one of our people to help you, and it's a computer.
Right.
So it's been kind of hard to try to get the computer to understand what my problem is.
Yeah. No. For those who don't, I know that one of the problems that we've been having these past couple of months is that for those who don't know, my mom was diagnosed with cancer back in 2014, and she first it was breast cancer, then it was thyroid cancer, and then it metastasized in her bone. So we have been keeping it at bay all this time, right? And basically they said that once it starts going to like organs, to keep an eye out, right? Well, it hit a liver, so now, or it hit her liver, so just a little speck. So she was trying to get a procedure done called an ablation, where essentially they go in and they burn the cancer out. It is an intrusive surgery, so they did have to cut her open and go into her liver and actually destroy the cancer from within, and it's very, very effective.
I think you had to go.
Yeah. So when the surgeon put in the notice, it got rejected, and the claim was rejected because it was quote unquote medically unnecessary for them to do this procedure. It did not.
You understand the conundrum of that sentence.
So again, they tried to get it through again, and after about 2-3 times of the same thing, my mom ended up calling somebody at the company and speaking with somebody, basically saying, hey, what the heck is going on, blah, 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 blah. And we found out that it was an AI generated response, that the computer basically says that because my mom has cancer, that she can just die, and they don't need to do this procedure because she doesn't have long on this earth anyway. So, as far as I'm concerned, AI can go freaking die. I will never support artificial intelligence. I think it is destroying this industry. It is destroying the world. And I will happily
AI is the bane of humanity.
Right. And I will happily say it right here, right now on this stream. I do not condone use of any of our characters through artificial intelligence. Okay. If you see a AI generated Chucky chicken image, report it. Number one, let me know about it so I can personally flag it and I can personally tell them. And
I can personally wrangle those
exactly.
gangsters.
So if you see anybody with an AI generated Chucky chicken image, no, it is not us. I do not condone it. I don't believe in it. I think it is destroying everything. So, if you hear an AI generated version of my voice or anything like that, not me. I don't. I do not condone it. So, I do, and also I do not give permission to any Chat GPT or any AI bot or any sort of company that thinks, oh, we can take Chucky Chicken and put it in our app. No, you cannot. You do not have my permission. I refuse to give you my permission. And if I find out that you are using my content, you best believe that there will be a lawsuit and I will win because I will make sure that none of y'all get my characters. None of y'all are going to be able to
well, no, y'all know it's more like one of those.
Right.
You Chad, you're fine, Chad.
Yeah. No,
but, you know,
the guys here are fine. I'm talking to AI companies, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna get big. I would love to.
Those
but,
AI people.
Yeah. But I'm just letting folks know right now. If you see it, it ain't me. Like report it right away. Destroy it. Because I don't condone it.
And report it.
So it's trying to kill my mom, so I'm going to kill it. Because you don't do that.
So it is a lifelong commitment.
It is at this point.
In all its forms.
Right? Yeah, it's recorded. Yeah. So if anybody, and that's kind of why I wanted to do it on this particular stream, because I want to make it very, very clear to anybody who thinks that they can take my characters, our characters, and create something using AI. You do not have my permission. If you want to do fan art, if you want to draw your fan art, if you want to do a 3D model of the fan art, and if I think somebody asked, I think it was Bob, how I feel about a 3D Chucky. I would love to see a 3D Chucky chicken. I think we actually had somebody who did a really cool 3D Chucky chicken model. I thought it looked really, really cool, and I'm all for it, right? But if you think it's funny, if you want to be funny and be, I'm going to just do this to piss them off, get ready, because I will come after you. I will figure it out. So, because I can tell when when something is made through AI. It sickens me.
I think everybody can tell, Michael.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So, listen, I know there's probably a bunch of you out there, who may not be able to draw and may not be able to, here's the,
You know what, Ted? People say like, "Oh, I cannot draw." It doesn't matter if your drawing isn't like all pretty and top notch. It's a thought. It's a thought behind it.
Right.
Like if you have passion for what you do, right. I assure you, it's amazing from the start.
Exactly. Well, don't bully anybody. Cat Fox, we should just bully AI pros. No, don't do that, right?
No, I would encourage them for it.
Yeah, I don't encourage bullying, right? I don't think that's, because at that point you're just as bad. If
and they can take it to, let's say, oh well, they bully me, so I'm just gonna keep doing AI.
Right. But AI should honestly be teaching art, not stealing it, right? And that's for the longest time I was kind of conflicted on it, and I will tell you my reason for it, right? Because Walt Disney is sort of my example of taking technology and using it to create something really cool, right? Or even Pixar. John Lasseter famously said that technology inspires the art, art challenges the technology. And I think, I thought for a long time that there would have been an opportunity to use AI in a way in the animation process to kind of help, with different, maybe idea. Like, for example, in the 30s, there was a very famous joke writer.
I mean, Mike, there is like some things like an assisted AI with animators who know animation,
Right.
speed, or something. Like when it's used behind like a person and for artistic purposes, like
Right.
real artistic purposes, is like fine. The problem is AI when they want to like use it so they don't have to like contract an animator or
Right,
something
exactly.
like that.
That's what I'm saying.
When they replace people.
I hoped, that maybe there could be a way to use it in some capacity, but now I just don't want anything to do with it, like at all. I really, really don't. I don't think it has a place in the I don't feel that creative people should be replaced by robots, because robots cannot create. All they can do is take, replicate, mix around, and reproduce, right? They cannot produce, only reproduce. So that's what makes me insane about it, right? Because if, I just, I don't know how we got on this topic, but just let it be known.
Went a long way for this.
Right. Well, no, because I detest AI now, like especially after what it tried to do to my mom. By the way, she did get approved for the surgery. She did get the surgery. She's doing
good news.
She is recovering. So they got the cancer, so which is good. So now we're just going to keep watching and observing and seeing what it does. The sad part about it is cancer is smart, right? So even though
it's persistent.
Yeah. So even though you blast it in one area, it can go back. But I don't. Here's the deal. I'm frustrated, but I don't have any fear, right? And I'll tell you why. Going to C2E2, I actually met Tara Strong, the voice actress, behind Bubbles and Raven and Jim and Timmy Turner.
Yeah.
Very, very, very sweet gal, by the way. And I showed her Chucky Chicken, and she loved it. She thought it was a very cool project, and I said, "Hey, I'd love for you to be a part of it." She says, "Absolutely."
Wow.
And I
that's
told
amazing.
her it was independent, and she said, "Honestly, that's the best way to go. It's the best way to go because you own it. You don't deal with any of the nonsense. You don't deal with the any of that other stuff."
Executives.
Yeah, exactly, right. So, at this point, like the industry is going to change, and it's going to change in a very dramatic way, where all of these people who worked for, these major corporations and these major studios, once they start going to AI, all of a sudden, all of the independent animators are going to rise up, and people are going to start supporting them over, the studios.
Soulless.
Right. So, we'll get there one day. It'll take some time, but we will get there. But in the meantime, in order to keep our operation afloat and keep us being able to do what we do, we do need your guys' help. So, again, show your support in any way that you can, whether it's sharing the live stream, sharing the channel, sharing whatever we post on social media, donating to Coffee or to Patreon, or even becoming a member here on YouTube, and let us know what we can do to to earn your support, if we haven't already. So, yeah, back to happier thoughts. Thank you, Saberwing. So, on that note,
and a segue.
yes, on that note, I think it would be fun. I know Elias was with us when we were doing um, the character stuff. So why don't we do this? Um, let's let me see. Let's go back to the news. We'll get rid of the logo. Do we want to continue doing the character stuff? Because I think that'd be kind of fun. Do we want to talk a little bit about Gorilla Gus?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, let's do that. So let me go ahead and pull up some artwork. Yeah, Coffee Cat Dad, he is here for it. He is excited. honestly, I am too. So
You ask and you shall receive.
yes, exactly. So, all right. So he definitely does need a little bit of a update in the design, but we will talk a little bit about our funky monkey Gorilla Gus. Yes. So, Gorilla Gus, voiced by the amazing Uncle Al, who also is the voice of Clarence the Lamp. So you ought to...
You already know him.
You should already be in love with him.
You know him, you love him. It's Clarence.
It's exactly. So no Clarence talk this particular episode though. So we're gonna keep that for another day. But so yeah. Basically the rundown for Gorilla Gus is that he is the studio editor. He also is he's the funky monkey. He's sort of the combination of King Louie from the Jungle Book and the genie from Aladdin. He is very, very wild and wacky. You find him anywhere, swinging from the clock tower, swinging from vines that are made out of film strips. He's just a very funny guy, very out there. And ironically enough, we created him because we became very, very dear friends with Uncle Al, the YouTuber, and we wanted to put him in the show. And at the time, before we came up with the idea of putting him in the 1930s, we thought it'd be kind of fun to actually just take the Uncle Al persona and just chuckify it, right? So we chuckified Uncle Al, and he does not make modern pop culture references. No, that was the one thing that we decided not to do with him.
I mean, in the 30s, I don't know what pop culture today will be in the 30s.
Well, I think what he's referencing is the genie from Aladdin did that. So that was that was the idea. But so he is very, I mean, he's an orangutan. He is very much just a crazy guy that means well, causes a little chaos. He's sort of chaotic neutral, right? If that makes sense.
It's a monkey.
He does look like a little like a TV host in that clip. A little bit. He actually so yes, Uncle Al, he is a YouTuber. He used to do a lot of shit posts and dubs. He did Donkey Kong Country Abridged, and voiced over them completely on his own. And he is an incredible impressionist. If you are familiar with the Krusty Cooch Chronicles, that's his fan. Basically that's his fan story, fanfic of SpongeBob with Squidward and Patrick and Mr. Krabs. He does quite a bit. He is very, very funny. And now he actually switched from doing that to doing video game content, because that's his first love. He loves games. He's very passionate about gaming. As a matter of fact, he is in production of his own game right now called Croker's Quest, which we did art for, which is kind of cool. So if you can, go support Kroger's Quest and let them know that Chucky Chicken sent you, because we love those guys over there. So Al actually also helped with writing the pilot episode, which I thought was super cool. He was the reason why Tommy Turkey became less of a villain. Because okay, they all remember. It's the whole thing for the. All right. So he wanted to basically utilize his talent for doing these incredible impressions, and of course for writing. He's the reason why Tommy Turkey is not a villain anymore, because initially we wanted to make Tommy Turkey kind of like the Pig Leg Pete of the series, but Al was like, let's not do that. Let's, when we put him in the studio, we decided to make him more of the, the struggling mogul who kind of lost his spark. And that was all because of Uncle Al. He wrote up this amazing little treatment about the character, and I absolutely adored it. I thought it was so special, and we used it. So you can thank him for that, and of course thank him for the amazing stuff that he does as Clarence and as Gorilla Gus, and as his name initially was Ape Alfredo, but we changed it to Gorilla Gus. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's so basically. Yeah, no. Tommy is, well, he's sort of an anti-hero, right? Is that Tommy Turkey is sort of the anti-hero of the show? Is that safe to say, Tino?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So
well,
he doesn't.
I mean, he pretty much is. So.
Yeah, because he's not a bad guy. He doesn't mean to do the things that he does. He just.
I would say like unintended. Anti-hero. Like he doesn't want to be, but he ends up being one.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's as close as I can put it.
Right. But we're not talking about him. We did a whole video on him.
Not again.
Yes. So what do you think of Gorilla Gus there, Tino?
I think it's really funny. And I would love to see what else he does.
Okay. Are you in agreement that he definitely needs a little bit of an update?
Oh, yeah.
Are you working on it right now?
I'm working on it, damn it.
I know. So that's Gorilla Gus. Any questions on the Funky Monkey before we continue?
Monk.
There will be plenty of monkey business, Cat Fox. Absolutely. 100%. All of the monkey business. Yeah, we are definitely gonna keep that gag in, and where he slams into the set. It's too good not. It's too good not to put it there. So he is a very nice gent. He is a classy chimp. He's got that class, you know. NGB, what is his job? He is the film editor. So he takes the film and slices it together. He slices, he dices, he turns it into julienne fries.
Watch me slice. Watch me mice.
So, yeah. So that is who the Funky Monkey, and that's what he do. Why do we have this? Exactly. So, alrighty. So, with that in mind, now that I guess we finished the Funky Monkey, yeah. For those of you who are watching this after the fact, I don't think we'll splice this one because they don't have the fun little transitions to do that right now. This one's gonna be awkward, so this is gonna be just a different episode altogether. But that's okay. Who do you want to talk about now?
Hello?
Oh, I'm here.
Are you asking to me?
Yeah.
Asking me? Well, I don't know. What does the chat want to talk about? I don't know, Michael.
Interesting, y'all have a primate in y'all's universe because primates, including humans, don't exist in mine. Oh, okay. Very cool. Saberwing says that he's curious about the mayor. Okay. Since I only just learned that he existed. We don't have a whole lot on the mayor right now, to be honest with you. He's just kind of a walk-on in the first episode. So, were there any other main?
I would say that he's one in a very long list of mayors.
Yes. We have 20 plus.
That is now canon.
That's okay. We'll make the most of it now. That was a good question. I'm not familiar with the others. That's a good question. Let me see if I can. Let me pull up the character list here. Boom, 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 boom. Excuse me. My apologies, gang. Just trying to find the right one.
Well, while Michael is doing that, yeah, I know some of you have probably seen this flowing in Twitter, but there's a person uploading pilots of TV shows that some have been done, some don't. Probably have seen Shredford, for example. It's been trending on Twitter. I'm gonna say I've seen some. My favorite so far is the one for I don't know if you have seen the show, Randy Cunningham and Night Ride Ninja. I think it's very interesting that pilots sometimes look like the final show and sometimes they look nothing like the final show. Huh. Very interesting stuff.
So what exactly is it there?
What?
So what exactly? It's a show about a bunch of pilots. Is that what it is?
It's a person. I'm not gonna say who it is, for just in case, you know.
Okay.
They have been uploading the official pilots of many shows.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so it's a.
Yeah.
I
don't know if it's legal.
Did they do a
say anything?
Did they upload the Wander Over Yonder pilot not too long ago?
I think so, probably.
Okay, I know here.
They uploaded a lot of them, even shows that were never made.
Yeah. Cat Fox says, I love Randy Cunningham. I saw the one for a very important house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that show so much. It has so much potential.
Well, I guess I'll have to check it out then. I don't know why chat. For some reason, it's not letting me upload the pictures, and it's kind of bothering me a little bit. But let me see if I can. I don't know why it's doing this. Oh, now.
Why are you like this?
Now it's, all right, here we go. Now we got it. Have we gone into great detail about Chelsea yet?
So ask the chat if they want to hear something about Chelsea.
Okay, well, it looks like we're buffering, so it looks like we're kind of running low on steam here. So, yeah. So, chat, how do y'all feel about Chucky's? No, Chucky's singing the Mickey Mouse Club song. Oh. Well, would you guys like to hear a little bit about Chelsea? Is that a character you'd like to learn a little bit more about? And yes, love to hear about her. Thank you, Wednesday the Cat. Kimberly says, yeah. Oh, is she Chucky's girl? Okay. We're going to learn
Not officially, yes.
Yes. All right. So we're going to talk about Miss Chelsea Chicken.
Let's talk about this chick.
Let's do it. So, all right. So before we can get into who Chelsea is currently, we know about her arm and the writing philosophy thereof, but I don't think we went into detail about her personality. She's nice when she's not dragging him to haunted houses every week. Yes. Okay. Well, tell you what. How about before we show you a little bit about Chelsea and how she is now, let's give you a little bit of a rundown of where Chelsea has been, because she is actually one of the only characters that. Oh, there we go. Thank you. She actually has her own little timeline, which I think is super cool. So we'll go through the timeline here really quickly and kind of go through the development of Chelsea Chicken. However, for the longest time, she was actually known, her original name was Helen Hen. And this is what she looked like. As you can see, she's basically a carbon copy of Chucky.
Once upon a time.
Yes. A carbon copy of Chucky, but with a different comb and eyelashes. That was it. Because that's all we needed.
The classic.
Back in the day.
The classic Disney treatment.
Yes, exactly. The following year, in 2009, she actually got legs and a little bit more anatomy and more anthro. And then she was supposed to appear in the second cartoon, Chicken Fright. We actually had a really cool sequence, which I'm kind of mad that we didn't get a chance to do. So for Chicken Fright, Chucky was going to go into this haunted barn, and he was going to drop into the ballroom and end up dancing with a ghost who was played by Helen, and another ghost was going to be jealous and scare Chucky into his graveyard. It would have been a really cool thing. And so that's what she would have looked like if she was put into that particular cartoon. But sadly, yes, interesting name choice. I will get to why we changed it in a second. So what we ended up doing was then we went back and I adjusted her shortly after her final, I guess, Helen appearance, which is this blondie with the sundress and the sandals and the three toes that everybody hates. I'm sorry, but the blonde version looks like Chucky pulling a Bugs Bunny.
The classic.
It kind of does. So, Farnoggin, you beat me to the punch. So, when we were doing the cartoon in 2012, the Chuck E. Cheese Corporation decided to redo all of their characters as well. And I completely forgot about Helen Henny, the character that is in the Chuck E. Cheese stores. And she eventually got blonde hair and became more hip and cool and so on and so forth. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to retire that design altogether and retire the character and come up with a brand new one. And at the time, I was dating a young lady of Middle Eastern descent, and she was a knockout. And I I was head over heels for this girl. So I decided I did the worst thing you could possibly do. I designed the character in Chucky Chicken around this particular person, and that was this design.
Like getting a tattoo with a person's name.
Yes, exactly. So
the same mistake.
So that's how Chelsea was born. However, we spell Chelsea very, very differently. Instead of the traditional spelling, which is Chelsa, like you're looking into the sea, we spell it Chelsai, which is the proper Arabic pronunciation and spelling of the name Chelsea. A lot of people called her Chelsea back in the day, which was kind of confusing, but I think it worked, and it made it
funny.
helps.
Someone in the show say Chelsea.
Oh my God!
I said, no, that's not it.
Fun fact: Michael Kovac of Has-Been Hotel, Amazing Digital Circus, Murder Drones, and Lackadaisy fame, once upon a time auditioned for Chucky Chicken, and he called Chelsea Chelsea. So in his audition. So I thought it was kind of cool. Maybe I'll play those tapes one day if we can get him on the show, or on the podcast. Maybe one day we can. We'll talk about it a little bit more. But so Chelsea was born. For Foul Play, we redid the initial. If you want to go hard mode, bring a character in with an Irish name. Oh, okay. Don't worry. Well, hold my beer, Saberwing. Well, I got you. But anyway, moving right along. So we brought Chelsea to a more classic design for Foul Play. We took the modern features and we put them into the classic version of the character to get us what you saw in that particular cartoon. But then from there on out, we were perfecting the look of Chelsea. We were doing some pretty wonky things. We thought maybe sticking with like her East Asian roots. Trying to make her a little bit more, anatomically correct, changing her costume a bit. None of that was really working. So then we decided to put her in a cartoon. And the first one that Chelsea was officially in as herself was Fire Hosed, as I'm looking at her as a firefighter. That was a really fun one. My sister actually was very particular about that particular short. She critiqued the design of the uniforms, making sure that every single patch and every single piece of equipment was there, that the colors were right. She critiqued the way that the fire engine looked and how you would clean it and all that stuff. So she was very hands-on, and she was the voice of Chelsea in that cartoon, which was pretty cool. She did that. That's all. She did all the hmms as Chelsea. Saberwing. Hey everyone, this is Saorsi Siegel. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to talk. So then after Fire Hosed, she would of course appear again in Grim Grinning Giblets, and there she was voiced by Brianna Gertzian, who did a spectacular job with the character. I think, she just brought so much to the character. And unfortunately, she came on at a time where, we didn't really know what we were doing with the show and with, the characters in general. There's always that weird period in production, right, where you're trying to figure out your concept and you're trying to figure out what the hell we want to do. And, unfortunately, a lot of the folks during that.
So yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Every time I do an idea, I'm like, I'm going through it.
Yeah. So, however, we then, it was around that time that we were building the world of Featherton USA itself. And we brought on a very dear friend of ours, Rebecca Rodriguez. She came and completely redesigned Chelsea to make her more cute, and to make her more fun and to make her, just she did a fantastic take on the character. And if you notice, um, everyone hated the way that Chelsea looked for a really long time because she was the only character in the entire show that had not only irises, but she had pupils in her eyes. So she had double eyes. So finally, Chelsea did. So,
Yeah.
so finally, they convinced me to get rid of those double eyes, and I think it worked. The outfit with the yellow top and pink skirt is really perfect. Yeah,
There's
she,
eyes in your eyes.
yes, yeah, her eyes are up here. Thank you very much. But so we did a couple of redesigns. We were trying to keep, the Middle Eastern and Asian approach with her costume and her colors. Elias did this really intricate one that just it would have. This was when we decided to set it in the 1930s, and he said, "Okay, I got a perfect outfit," and it just was a little too cumbersome to draw. He went back and he redesigned it one more time, and it was pretty close. It was almost there, not quite where it needed to be, but it was close. So we went back and we did it one more time, and we got this. It's coming. Where is it? Oh, poop. Where is it? What the hey? Where did it go?
Sorry, Michael.
Oh, hold on. I'll get it. Hold on. I'll get it. Technical difficulties abound. Oh, it was right. Mother of. Where was it? It's gone.
She didn't want to be seen.
What the? Oh, okay. I'm trying to grab it, but it won't let me. It won't let me grab it off screen. You know what? Let me do it this way. Hold on. Let me go back. I promise, gang, it'll be worth it. I sincerely apologize. I got to go back to the lineup here. Okay, and then let me just. I got to shrink this down so that way. We gotta shrink it on down. All right. There we go. All right. I bet now I'll be able to grab it and I'll be able to do it in the video. Hold on. So Chelsea. And we got her to. Oh, for heaven's sake. Are you kidding me? Not quite. Almost there. Hold on. Wow. I can't believe this. This is just. Here we go. All right. All right. We're cooking with gas. Here we go. So, ta-da! There we go. Yeah. So, this was the design that we eventually came up with for Chelsea, and this is pretty close to what she is going to look like in the pilot. And yes, curse you, faulty tech. We need a special technical difficulties card for the stream. Hello, Matthew. Nice that the very first thing that you said is a critique. Appreciate you, brother. But yes, so that's pretty much how Chelsea is going to look in the pilot, with one very, very notable exception. When we recast Chelsea, who, believe it or not, has probably had the most voice actors for a character than any other character in the show, with a grand total of, I believe, 6 people have voiced Chelsea throughout the entirety of the series. Yes, she is very pretty.
It's because she's special.
What was that, Tino?
It's because she's special.
She is very special. Absolutely. Um, so we ended up, we had a couple of really cool people voicing Chelsea very recently. For example, we had Shanta Parasuman, who would later go on to be a part of the Casa Grandes cast, which is super cool. I think she's still doing some stuff now with voiceover, which is super neat. We had Canadian actress Rami Kalon on the show, who as Chelsea, and she was in Signed, Sealed, Delivered, which was the very last screen appearance of TV actress legend Valerie Harper, who was Rhoda in Mary Tyler Moore. Amazing actresses, amazing talent, right? We loved what they, we love what they brought to the character. We love what they brought to the table. The problem was, I'm the kind of guy where, if I'm going to be working with people, and this was my fault, right? I felt like I needed to be in more contact with the cast and in more contact with people than I should have been. So, and they ended up getting phenomenally busy, and I was so happy for them, but they just got a little too busy for the show. Plus, they're union workers, and they did this out of the kindness of their heart, but if we needed to do more, we were going to have to pay them, and we can't afford to pay anybody, so we did have to let them go. So then what we ended up doing instead was we had a lovely young lady in our cast by the name of Grishma Shah, and she was there doing some bit parts for an improv, and ironically enough, she did such a wonderful job that we ended up casting her as the voice of Chelsea Chicken. And we did our first read through with her, and it was me and Elias and Miranda, and after we were done, she asked a very interesting question, and she basically asked, can we give Chelsea a prosthetic arm? And I was kind of taken aback for a second. I was like, what? can we what? And we eventually, we talked about it very quickly, and we decided, this is sort of our Princess Tiana moment where we can, we can basically create the vision of the character to be based off of the voice actor or the voice actress, right? So Elias went and he actually researched prosthetic arms from the 20s and the 30s, and we were trying to figure out how we were going to put it in the story, why she had this prosthetic arm to begin with, and And we decided to fall upon the story that now everyone knows. Chelsea's mom, Teresa, got very, very sick with a disease that ended up killing her. And Chelsea caught the same disease, almost died, but in order to save her, they, did an amputation of her arm. And in order to, fit in, they gave her a prosthetic one. So that it worked, right? And that eventually led to the Chelsea Chicken that everybody knows and loves today with the prosthetic arm. And so this is the Chelsea that you're going to see in the pilot episode, which I normally would not do that with the character, right? Like I would not normally just it's getting late and it's getting restless, and Grandma's starting to make noises again. So basically, Chelsea herself as a character, and Tino, you can help me out with this too. She is very determined to keep her mom's spirit alive in the show. She works hard for everything that she's got. Just because her uncle runs the show doesn't mean that she just takes handouts, right? Like she does,
Yeah.
you know, she takes command, she takes control. She's not a pushover. She's had to essentially fight for her position. She's had to fight to be heard, and she's done a pretty darn good job. She takes no. I apologize. Give me a quick second, Tina. I'll let you take over for a second.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, no. Chelsea has, if anything, I would say Chelsea has more trouble being part of the family in the studio more than like being easy for her. Like when family doesn't like take you seriously as they should when you're an adult. Most of her ideas are probably brushed off, and not because she's not capable. She's more than capable, but sometimes things are just harder for you. Of course, everyone probably thinks they're probably people that will say, "Oh, you got it easy because you got the job from the get go," and in a way, being an Apple baby. But Chelsea works really hard for what she does, and I would say she has to work double as hard. So yeah.
Okay, I'm back. I apologize about that. So
It's
what
okay.
Apparently I missed Tino. Okay. Are you still there?
What? Yeah.
Oh, well, what did you tell them so I can?
That pretty much Chelsea has to work doubly as hard because this being part of the family or being an Apple baby is not actually like glamorous for her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Part of like, for example, how Tommy probably still sees her as a little hatchling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not easier for her. If anything, it's twice as hard.
Yeah. It's typical, parental figure seeing, the person as like their little boy or their little girl, right? It's always hard for a parent to trust a kid at a certain age because they don't know what's going to happen. And ironically enough, I totally understand, where that comes from. Because it happened with me. I was really it was hard for me to be able to do things only because, I was diagnosed with ASD when I was 18. And there was a lot of unknowns, and there was a lot of hesitation, and there was a lot of scary things that my parents didn't know could happen or didn't want to happen and were afraid to happen, but they just kind of had to see what happened. And thank God everything worked out the way that it was supposed to, right? And so, same thing with her. What I love about her is that she is very much, she puts a lot of pressure on herself. She holds it well, but when she unwinds, it's kind of fun to see the way that she unwinds because she just gets everything out. And she doesn't do it with just everybody. She does it with a very select few people. She'll never break down in front of her uncle because her uncle trusts her with, running the studio, and she can't break down. She doesn't really like to do it with her friends, only because when she's out with friends, she's got to, especially out in public, she's got to remain composed and calm, and the face of the studio. But when she's with Chucky and she's by herself and she knows that she can just kind of unwind, that's when everything just kind of comes out. And you can tell how much she trusts Chucky with all of the things that she goes through, right? And the other thing that we talked about was not making the prosthetic arm the focus of her character. I don't want that to be the thing. I want people to love Chelsea for her and for who she is as a character. And we've had a couple of discussions about whether or not we're going to keep the arm or whether or not we're going to get rid of it, or we're going to have her kind of be just a regular chicken again, or what we're going to do. But we'll see what people say about it. So far, we've gotten we've gotten nothing but love for Chelsea. But we want to make sure that whatever we do it right, and we don't offend people, and we don't misrepresent anybody that way. I don't have any prosthetics arm. Ironically enough, Grishma Shah does have a prosthetic arm. She was diagnosed with cancer at 18, had to have an emergency amputation, and she has a fake arm to this day, and or a prosthetic to this day. And that was one of the main reasons why she wanted to give Chelsea a prosthetic arm, because she felt like she could tell her story through this character. Very much like how I want to tell my story through Chucky, right? I mean, it's kind of a self-insert without being a self-insert, but you got to be careful with that kind of stuff. So we're doing our best to be careful. Billy California. Yeah.
Just don't know.
What was that?
All characters in a bit of time are there like self-inserts. We just don't know who.
Yeah. Yeah. Billy California says wounds and scars are what make people strong and BA, in my opinion. No, I agree with you. And that's gonna be really cool to see with Chelsea, because we get to see her internal struggle with dealing with everything at such a young. I mean, she's only in her 20s, right? She's young. And we've decided not to use. What was that?
By our standards, she's young, but back in the day, she will be like full on adult.
Yeah, they didn't live very long back then, but
Times were different.
Yes, they were. NGB says, I agree that just because someone has a physical trait doesn't mean that they need to use it for communication. Yeah, that was a big thing. Like, we talked about not using the arm for any comedic, like, jokes or anything like that. We talked about, making sure that we treated it with respect, and using it to tell compelling stories and not be stupid about it, right? We try, Local Dingus. We really try. They say, gosh, that's amazing to have all sorts of representation. Well, I believe there's a right way to do it, right? I believe representation is important, but I also believe that there's a smart way to do it. And I'd rather you love the character for who they are and love the story that's being told, and have the representation kind of be secondary, So that's what we're doing with our show. And yeah, I adore Chelsea. I truly, like, besides Chucky, she is one of my favorite characters. She's very important to me. I wanted to make sure that she was done right. I wanted to make sure that whoever portrayed her the absolute best. And even working with Grishma, there are still a few things about her performance that could be better, and we'll work with her on it. But I'm very protective of Chelsea in particular, like I am with Chucky. Like, those two are kind of the face of the series, and their story is a very special one, and it is it's one where they truly are best friends that fall in love with each other. There will be, she doesn't know who her dad is. She doesn't know, a lot about her past. From that perspective, I should say, she doesn't, because she technically is part Indian, right? but that's on her dad's side, and we learn about that later on in the series. I'm not going to spoil it here because I want you guys to see what it is for yourself. But um, I think it's so important that, you know, um, for Chelsea, you know, she has a lot to prove. You know, she's a woman in the 30s in a position of power. You know, guys didn't typically go for that kind of stuff back then. There was a lot of catcalling, a lot of caterwauling, a lot of really negative stuff that we've decided that A, we are going to touch on some of it because it's important to, but B, we're also going to do our best to kind of
Because it's history, and history has to be shown, not shown about.
Exactly. So I hope we make some people mad with some of the decisions that we make, because the revelations and the resolutions are going to be worth it. I promise you. And Chelsea is going to go through the ringer. We have a very good arc for her, and she is. I'm very excited about it, to say the very least. So I think it'll be a really good time getting to know Chelsea. So, but yeah, that is Miss Chelsea Chicken, the daughter of the founder of Tough Cluck Studios.
The one and only.
The one and only. Yes. So, but yeah, any thoughts, comments, concerns before we move right along? Because I think we're gonna have to call it quits relatively soon here. Sometimes you gotta make people mad. Yep. Absolutely. So, and some people I don't mind riling up a little bit. So, but that is Chelsea Chicken, folks. And with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and put a pin on the character discussion for tonight. Lover, 10 out of 10 lady. Thank you, Wednesday the cat. That's really sweet. What are you most excited about with Chelsea, Tina?
I'm excited about everything.
What
because, I said that I'm excited about everything about her because, I've been working very close to, like, her everything, like, her different, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Like, Chelsea is pretty much the foundation of, with Chucky and Chelsea are in everything, is the base of the show. So I've been working a lot with her interpersonal relationships. I've been working a lot with that, making her family bigger.
Yes.
Because I created some, her, what will be her aunt and her cousin and her relationship with them. I've been working with her story. She is a character that is very close to my heart.
Yeah. And by the way, look at this nifty redesign.
Everything. I'm excited about everything.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. What was that, Tino?
So I'm everything. I'm excited about everything.
Yes. And by the way, even though she looks one way in the pilot going forward in the series, this is going to be her official look. I did switch it on you a little bit here. So, what do you think of this look here, gang, with the shorter hair? Personally, I'm a sucker for a gal with long hair, but it was the early 30s. And to answer your question, Farnoggin, Tommy Turkey's sister helped found the studio in 1924. So, and Chelsea is Tommy's niece. So she is technically a daughter of one of the founders of the studio. So there you go. So yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Ro. I think we may have
I
time
think
for.
we had like a nice episode today. Tonight.
I think so too. I think
Yeah.
so too. Yeah. So I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and I think this would probably be a good place to wrap up episode 40. I can't believe we are 10 weeks away from our 50th anniversary, 50th episode.
Wow.
By the way, I wanted to ask you guys, are you we've been getting a lot of requests for people to join the show that are from Europe, or people who want to hop on and hang out with us that are on different time zones. So I was thinking, if there were any way, like if we decided to do the episode a couple of hours earlier next time, and maybe instead of Thursday, we did it on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. If that would be okay with you guys, so that way we could actually bring on some more people and we could have them talk. Like, for example, Alex Hanley, who is the voice of Louis Loon. We would love to have him on the show. He has expressed a lot of interest in being a part of it, as well as his his amazing partner over on the Boys of the Internet channel. Go and check them out. I have to show you that, Tino. Actually, they did a very funny live stream last week that I have to show you.
Cool.
And we have, for example, Ibby the Ibster, who I know is listening. We'd love to have her on the show proper so she can hang out with us. Folks like Kylie Rutson, who is the voice of Janice Jackrabbit, and a few other ancillary voices. I would love to bring on a few of my personal friends who I think would be awesome for the show. I'd probably be in bed if you broadcast much earlier, but you do you. Well, maybe we'll I will make sure that we, I'll make sure that we have it. Don't worry, Saberwing, we got you. So, Wednesday, the cat says. I mean, I like Wednesday, but that's just me having an ego. I love that. You know what? You've earned yourself this, so congratulations. There you go. Anyway, so with that being said, let me just say first and foremost to all of you watching, when will you bring me back? We'll talk about it. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to us tonight. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure that you give this video a like. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and click the bell so that you're notified anytime that we go online or if we upload a brand new video. Please be sure to follow us on social media. We are on all of them: Blue Sky, Threads, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Newgrounds. Please go follow us on Newgrounds. We have almost 150 people on Newgrounds, which is super cool. So if you're over there, make sure that you give us a follow. We're newgrounds.com/ChuckyChicken without the E. So it's ChuckyChickn. It's very, very weird, but there you go. But with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. We'll keep you posted on when we're going to do it. And maybe we'll do it again this week because I messed up and we didn't do it last week. So keep your eyes out and keep your ears open. But with that being said, I'm Michael Cook.
I am Tino.
And this has been the Cluckin Crew. And with all that being said, thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.